Now, ahead of the Operation Sindoor debate in the Parliament, the Congress veteran leader P Chidambaram has opened up a can of worms. Former Home Minister P Chidambaram, in an interview to a media house, questioned whether there was any evidence of Pakistan's involvement in the Pahalgam terror attack, which killed 26 civilians, and why is everyone assuming that the terrorists came from there. In his interview, he said, and I quote, "Have they," means the NIA, "identified the terrorists or where they came from? For all we know, they could be homegrown terrorists. Why do you assume they came from Pakistan? There is no evidence of that," unquote. Now, Mr. P Chidambaram went on to say that there are many unanswered questions like where are the terrorist attackers and why have they not been apprehended or even identified. He accused that there was no transparency at all and that the nation has not been taken into confidence. As expected, the matter was sure to take a political turn. Hitting out at the Mr. P Chidambaram, BJP's IT cell head Amit Malviya took to platform X and wrote, "Once again, the Congress rushes to give a clean chit to Pakistan, and this time after the Pahalgam terror attack. Why is it that every time our forces confront Pakistan-sponsored terrorism, Congress leaders sound more like Islamabad's defense lawyers than India's opposition party? When it comes to national security, there should be no ambiguity. But with the Congress party, there never is. They always bend over backwards to protect the enemy." Meanwhile, Congress MP Manikam Tagore called it diversionary tactic by the BJP and said that the Congress has been clearly saying that Pakistan must stop the export of terrorism to India.
We all know that BJP always wants to divert from the real issue. The real issue is of the Pahalgam attack and the failure of the government to continue with the Operation Sindoor, the surrender of Mr. Modi to Mr. Trump's social truth. Therefore, we are very clear that this is a diversionary tactics from BJP and we will not fall into the trap of BJP. Congress party is very clear. Congress party is the party which has been very clearly saying that Pakistan must stop the export of terrorism to India, and we had been a victim of that terrorism of Pakistan. Congress party stands with the forces in the fight against these terrorist groups.
सवाल सीधा सा है, हम ये जानना चाहते हैं आतंकवादी कहाँ है जिन्होंने 26 बहनों के मांग का सिंदूर उजाड़ा। सरकार अभी तक अक्षम है, सरकार अभी तक असफल है, जानबूझकर या अनजाने में। आज तक पुलवामा की घटना की पुनरावृत्ति हो रही है। अभी तक हम नहीं जानते कहां से आए थे बारूद, कौन थे वो लोग, और आज फिर ये हो रहा है। ये खतरनाक खेल जो खेला जा रहा है कश्मीर में, ये देश के लिए शुभ लक्षण नहीं है। हम जानना चाहते हैं, सरकार बताए ये आतंकवादी कौन है, कहां से आए, जिंदा अब तक कैसे हैं, इसका जवाब देना पड़ेगा।
Now remember, Mr. P Chidambaram is the original proponent of the infamous saffron terror theory, and now by questioning on Pahalgam terror attack, is he really trying to give a clean chit to Pakistan, as BJP has been accusing?
पी चिदम्बरम जैसे लोग, ये हमेशा कांग्रेस की मानसिकता रही है कि वो पाकिस्तान की भाषा बोलती है। कांग्रेस पार्टी ने हमेशा राष्ट्रद्रोह किया है। कांग्रेस ने हमेशा भारत माता की पीठ पर खंजर घोंपा है। कांग्रेस पार्टी के बयान, कांग्रेस पार्टी की डिबेट्स, कांग्रेस पार्टी के वक्तव्य सुनकर ये लगता ही नहीं कि कांग्रेस पार्टी भारत का कोई राजनीतिक दल है। कांग्रेस के बयान, कांग्रेस के प्रवक्ताओं और नेताओं की भाषा तो हमेशा देश की सेनाओं को डिमोरलाइज करने वाली भाषा होती है।
And to get us more details on the story, I'm joined by Mr. Brijesh Pandey, who is our News9 input editor. Good morning, Brijesh. What do you make of this statement and the timing of it? Mr. P Chidambaram is a seasoned politician, former Home Minister, held several portfolios during the UPA government's tenure. And now on the day when there is finally a discussion on Operation Sindoor and on Pahalgam attack, this sort of a statement where Mr. P Chidambaram is questioning the very identity of the terrorists, saying that they may not be from Pakistan. Does it not end up becoming shooting yourself on the foot for the Congress party?
Oh, absolutely. And I think, I mean, there's a time and place for all kind of statement, but today was definitely not the time. And the way P Chidambaram has made that statement, I think it was, he played straight into the BJP camp. And I think, BJP would be extremely happy about it. And look at the response of Amit Malviya and others about, how Congress is giving Pakistan a clean sheet. I completely get the question, when there were several leaders in the Congress party who raised about the whereabouts of all those 4 terrorists who had killed, in a dastardly terror attack, killed 28 innocent people. That is the question to ask. What happened to them? Is the government has any clue about it, about them? Does the government know where they are? Or what exactly the government is doing to catch them and bring them to, to the law? But the fact of the matter is, by making these kind of statements, it dents the Congress's fight, and making this, 12 hours or 24 hours before, right before the special discussion on Operation Sindoor, which commences in the Lok Sabha. I think, honestly speaking, with these kind of statements, the Congress really doesn't need any enemy. We saw Manikam Tagore trying to, to give a statement and wriggle out of this situation, calling it a diversionary tactics by the BJP. But the fact of the matter is that this statement is not a diversionary tactics by the BJP. It's a self-goal by the Congress party senior leader P Chidambaram. Where was the need to say this? What was the need to say this? And it is one statement which I think the BJP is definitely going to raise in the discussion related to Operation Sindoor. It's one thing to question the government. It's one thing to put the government on the mat, asking all kind of uncomfortable questions. But it is completely another thing, to commit a harakiri of sorts by handing over your opposition this kind of situation on a platter, where they are more happy to beat you with your own statement rather than to come up with their own narrative. Samya?
Absolutely, Brijesh. Stay with us. We also have Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju's statement on it, where he's also issued a caution to the Congress party.
देखिए, ऑपरेशन सिंदूर ये कोई मामूली एक्शन नहीं है। ये भारत का एक तरीके से बदलता हुआ चेहरा का प्रतीक है। जब ऑपरेशन सिंदूर का चर्चा पार्लियामेंट में शुरू हो रहे हैं, मेरे ऑपोजिशन पार्टी से दरख्वास्त है, विशेषकर कांग्रेस पार्टी से मेरा दरख्वास्त रहेगा कि कोई भी ऐसा भाषा ना बोले जिससे भारत के छवि और भारत के सेना के ऊपर में और उनके मनोबल पर कोई आंच ना आए। दूसरा, कांग्रेस पार्टी और विपक्ष ऐसा कुछ ना बोले जिससे पाकिस्तान और भारत विरोधी ताकतों को बल मिलता है। कांग्रेस ने पहले पाकिस्तान का भाषा बहुत बोल चुके हैं और ये पार्लियामेंट में पाकिस्तान से तालमेल करने वाला भाषा बिल्कुल ना बोले, ये मेरा रिक्वेस्ट रहेगा। और जिन परिवारजनों जो आतंकवादी के हमले में मारे गए हैं, उनके परिवारजनों को हम लोग ऐसा कोई संदेश नहीं देना चाहिए कि देश बदला नहीं ले रहे हैं या देश कमजोर है, ऐसा संदेश बिल्कुल नहीं देना चाहिए। इसलिए देश एकजुट होकर के पार्लियामेंट एक आवाज में सेना का मनोबल को उठाए रखे और देश के जनता का भरोसा को कायम रखे और देश के विरोधी और देश के दुश्मनों को सटीक जवाब देना चाहिए और सेना के साथ पूरा खड़ा रहना चाहिए। ये मूल भाव मैसेज पार्लियामेंट से जाना चाहिए।
A veiled warning over there issued by Kiran Rijiju to the opposition party, primarily to the Congress party. But Brijesh, it appears that the Congress party has served an agenda on a platter to the government, and now they can't blame the BJP. Of course, we are questioning the timing of it, but we have often seen that the Congress party prides itself in internal party democracy, saying over here, we do not try to put words into the mouth of our leaders. But often in situations like this, there are these Congress leaders who leave the Congress wanting.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, what is worrying what should be extremely worrying for the Congress is not these kind of statements, but the fact is that these kind of statements which are being made at regular intervals, which does party more harm than explain the party's position on these kind of sensitive issue. Does Mr. P Chidambaram know for sure that they did not came from Pakistan? It is an absolute contrary to the question which he posed to the government. And what purpose does it solve? When the whole world is talking about the terrorism and the kind of terror supporting nation which Pakistan is, and the kind of attack India has, there are thousands of questions which has to be asked of the government. It is absolutely imperative for an opposition party to ask probing questions. But is this question a probing question? I don't think so. And this is the reason why it leads to the likes of Manikam Tagore's and others to kind of try to blunt the damage which has been done, and blaming the Bharatiya Janata Party by calling it a diversionary tactic. But is it really diversionary tactics? I don't know. Because the fact of the matter is that I think Mr. P Chidambaram needs to answer more than anybody else, and it's not a courtroom. We have to understand that in political, when you are fighting a political battle, when you're trying to win the government, you have to also know that this is not a courtroom battle where every statement has to be taken at its face value. The fact of the matter is that there are ways to ask. As Congress has asked several times before, that what happened to those 4 terrorists? What exactly does the government have any intel about their location, whether they are in Kashmir, whether they are in Pakistan? These are the kind of questions which should be asked. But by saying that we do not know for sure whether they came from Pakistan or not, or whether they are completely homegrown, it is like giving a clean chit to the Pakistan and pointing the finger inward rather than at Pakistan by saying that this could very well be a homegrown terror module outfit, and it could be a handiwork of that. Is he trying to say that it had no connection whatsoever with Pakistan, and all the talk about intelligence input which are there of how Pakistan orchestrated this thing, how the international community stood with India, all of that was not for nothing. So I think when you are such a senior leader and when you are making a statement of this import, you've got to be very, very careful. But it seems that that certain senior leaders within the Congress party refuse to understand the difference between political arena and courtroom, and that is exactly what has led Congress party in several times. It has led Congress party into great trouble. But it seems that there are certain individuals who just refuse to learn.
Absolutely, Brajesh. As far as Mr. P Chidambaram is concerned, it looks like he has straight walked into Pakistan's own agenda. It remains to be seen what is going to be the impact of that in the House when the discussion takes place on Operation Sindoor and Pahalgam. But thank you for getting us all those details.